Hello, guys. Let us know more about the space. Space holds many secrets. It contains places where human beings can be stretched into spaghetti shapes or boiled or frozen solid. That's why astronauts wear protective clothing in space. Welcome to a mysterious and endless fascinating world. Let us find out what is space. When people think of space, they think of weightlessness, nothingness, stars, astronauts, rockets and satellites, and silence. Is that space? On a cloudless night, you can see thousands of stars. Space is the name we give to the huge empty areas in between the atmospheres of stars and planets. Apart from the odd rock, space is sprinkled only with dust and gas. Too big to imagine. Astronomers measure distance in space in light years. 1 light year is the distance light travels in 1 year. That's 10 million km, 6 million miles. Why is space so dark? Space is black because there is nothing there to reflect light. From space, Earth looks lit up because light from our sun reflects off sea and land and the particles in our atmosphere. Look through the what is space and identify the pictures with the help of binoculars. Where does space begin? Earth is cloaked in a thin layer of gases, the atmosphere. Outside this atmosphere is space, where there is no air to breathe or to allow wings to fly, and where nobody can hear you scream. Our atmosphere does not just end suddenly, it fades gradually into space. The American shuttle Atlantis, the Russian Mir space station, once orbited above Earth's atmosphere. Where does space begin? If you could drive a car straight up, it would take only about an hour to reach space. The space badges are offered to the American Space Agency NASA to its astronauts. For the service personnel and civilians who have flown more than 80 km above the Earth's surface, shown here civilian astronaut wings. Slipping through air. A spacecraft has to be streamlined to move easily and safely through air. Where necessary, an extra part called fairing is added to achieve this effect. A nose cone is fairing. Up in space, satellites can be any shape at all. They don't need to be streamlined because there is no air there. There are troposphere, stratosphere, mesosphere, thermosphere, and exosphere. The terms are ultimately different from each other. What is space? Within the visions of stargazers, People have looked at the night sky for thousands of years. This study is called astronomy. Around 400 years ago, a special tool was invented to make the task easier. This tool is called a telescope. Galileo's discoveries were not welcomed by the church in 17th century Italy, and he spent the last few years of his life under house arrest. Before the telescope, people were shocked when Polish astronomer Nicolaus Copernicus suggested in 1543 that Earth was just another planet and the planets orbited, went around the sun. They had believed Earth was at the center of the universe. Copernicus placed the sun at the center of the planets. He stopped the sun and moved the earth. Guess what I can see? The Italian astronomer Galileo Galilei built a simple telescope in 1609 and proved Copernicus had been right. He discovered Venus had phases like our moon. He saw Jupiter's moons and he spotted mountains on our moon. See this replica of 17th century telescope. Now we have Hubble, which is monitored by the Flight Operations Team at the Goddard Space Flight Center in Greenbelt, Maryland, USA. The team uses computers to constantly check all is running well. Hubble is about the size of a school bus. The James Webb Space Telescope is currently being planned to replace Hubble in 2013. It will see further and more clearly than Hubble. Now we have telescopes in space, most famously the Hubble Space Telescope, which floats 600 km, round about 375 miles above Earth's surface. It is operated by remote control from Earth. Space observatories. Light is constantly reaching us from space, and one way astronomers learn about space is by studying this light. To do this effectively, an astronomer needs a telescope and a clear night sky. The Island Observatory. The world's largest light detecting telescopes are the Twin Keck telescopes. These are on the summit of Mauna Kea, a dormant volcano in Hawaii. They both contain mirrors that are 10 meters 33 feet across. The Royal Greenwich Observatory moved its telescopes 3 times because pollution clouded their view. Originally in Greenwich, near London, England, the telescopes ended up in the Canary Island, 2.3 km above sea level. Scientists use the Chandra X-ray telescope to study black holes and exploding stars. A telescope with a lens or mirror called an optical telescope gathers more light than the human eye. Large telescopes use mirrors. The larger the mirror, the more it can see. Telescope projects are often given grand names. There is the Very Large Telescope, the Overwhelming Large Telescope, and the Extremely Large Telescope. The summit is clear of light and dust pollution. Radio telescopes are used to see the space. Invisible radio waves surround us. They also reach us from space, and large dishes are used to pick them up day and night to help astronomers learn more about space. So, do the dishes listen to space? No. Radio astronomers do not listen to noises. Sound waves do not pass through space. The dishes pick up radio waves, a receiver measures them, and a computer turns this information into a picture. Radio dishes are designed to tilt and move around, so radio astronomers can point them at the bit of space they want to study. Also, as the Earth turns, radio dishes need to move in order to follow one spot in the sky. The movements, which are controlled by computer, are very precise. No mountain in sight. Unlike optical telescopes, radio telescopes don't need to be built at the top of mountains, as radio waves will pass through cloud cover. Each dish reflects and focuses the incoming radio signals onto an aerial mounted above it. The dishes can be enormous, big in every way. The radio telescopes, the very large array in New Mexico, has 27 dishes, each 25 meter in diameter, used individually or together to sweep the sky for signals. They rest on tracks and can be spread over 36 km. Astronomers didn't discover radio waves from space until 1932. Weird but true, diesel cars are used near radio observatories, as the spark plugs in petrol powered cars can create radio waves that cover up the ones from space. People need to get inside the dishes to carry out repairs and maintenance.
Our place in space. Earth seems huge to us. After all, it can take you a long time just to travel to school. But Earth is only a very tiny part of space, so where exactly does it belong in the universe? The Earth and its moon, our home in space, that is the Earth, has one natural satellite, our moon. The moon is about 1/4 the size of Earth and an average. It orbits about 384,000 kilometers from us. The solar system is right there. Earth is the third planet from the Sun, at just the right distance from it to support life. The 8 planets that orbit the Sun, plus moons, comets, asteroids, meteors, dwarf planets, dust, and gas, make up our solar system. Earth looks like a swirly blue marble suspended in space. The picture shows where the planets are located. You can name them. Our galaxy has long curved arms that spiral out from a central bulge. Our solar system is located in a galaxy called the Milky Way, a collection of billions of stars. It lies on the edge of one of the spiral arms. The Milky Way is one of the largest galaxies in a cluster known as the Local Group. Millions of galaxy clusters make up the universe. Our home in space supports trillions of living things. What are the great galaxies? A galaxy is a family of stars, gas, and dust held together by gravity. Much of galaxy is empty space, with distances between each star that are hard to imagine. Two galaxies may sometimes collide. The image shown here, two spiral galaxies that have moved together. Many galaxies are found in galaxy clusters with thousands of members. Our galaxy, the Milky Way, belongs to a cluster of about 30 galaxies called the Local Group. Galaxies differ enormously in size, shapes, and mass, but they do fall into a basic pattern depending on their shape. But we don't know what gives them a particular shape. The disc shaped galaxies spin slowly. They look a bit like whirlpools and often have two arms that curl out from a center bulk. Barred spiral galaxies have arms that wind out from the ends of a central bar of stars rather than from the core. The elliptical galaxies are ball or egg shaped and largely made up of old stars. They don't contain the gas clouds for the formation of new stars. The irregular galaxies have no shape. They contain lots of gas and dust, and many are therefore active mysteries for the formation of new stars. Two galaxies may collide in a process that will take millions of years. The stars within the galaxy won't collide, but the gas and dust will. This collision can create new stars. What is the Milky Way? Our solar system is a tiny part of gigantic spiral galaxy, the Milky Way. This is made up of billions of stars which look as if they have been sprinkled thickly onto the night sky. Scientists think there are about 1 crore million stars in the Milky Way galaxy, but there may be even more. Before the invention of telescopes, people could not see the stars very clearly. They were blurred together in a hazy white streak. The ancient Greeks called this streak a river of milk. This is how our galaxy became known as the Milky Way. Native American stories tell of a dog dropping corn as he fled across the sky. Kalahari Bushmen say it was created by hot embers thrown up from a fire. Hindu myth sees the milkiness as the speckled belly of a dolphin. The ancient Egyptians believed the stars were full of cow's milk. The Milky Way, like all spiral galaxies, is flat with a bulge at the center and arms that circle outwards. It takes light 1 crore years to pass from one edge of the Milky Way to the other. Our star is the sun. It seems a very long way away, yet the sun's light takes just over 8 minutes to reach us. The light from our next nearest star, Proxima Centauri, doesn't get to Earth for more than 4 years. Astronomers measure space distance in light years because the distances are so great that normal measurements have little meaning. A light year is the distance light travels in a year. Why do stars twinkle? Stars twinkle because of movements in the Earth's atmosphere. Starlight enters the atmosphere as straight rays, but air moves the light's path, so it appears to flicker or twinkle. Proxima Centauri was only discovered in 1915. It is very faint, so it can't be seen without the aid of telescope. It looks red because it's a red dwarf star. We don't know whether Proxima Centauri has planets or not. This artist impression shows what the view from one of its planets might look like. Proxima Centauri lies in a group of three stars called Alpha Centauri. The other are Alpha Centauri A and Alpha B. Alpha A is like our Sun, so experts believe it may have planets that support life. The universe takes in Earth and its moon, the Sun and the solar system, the Milky Way, the galaxies we know, and the galaxies we haven't yet discovered. That's big. The galaxies are spread over such unimaginable distances that even a space probe would take 2 billion years to cross our galaxy. That's big and getting bigger. The universe is still expanding, so all the galaxies are moving farther and farther apart. Make your own universe by drawing dots and spirals around a flat balloon to represent galaxies. As you blow air in, these galaxies move apart. That's what's happening to the universe. The dark mystery is we can't see everything in space. Experts think there's a lot of mysteries, dark matter between the stars. There might be other parallel universes. Experts call this the multiverse. Let us find out what is there. Thanks for watching.